All right, so we're live. Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday. It is your boy Joe Tang. You're watching Cup of Joe, episode number 38. Getting ready to sign off with TikTok right now. TikTok, meet us. We're on YouTube. We're on Periscope. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook. Come meet us right now. We have some people in the queue for the first time. TikTok, I'm live. Come on. All right, so top of the morning. We already have some people in the queue. I said Jill, Carla. Jill, I'm gonna take Carla first, only because I don't think she's been on, and then I'm gonna come see you. Everybody else who sent me a link and are planning on being on the show, be patient because I have a waiting list and it's gonna be a fun day. Let me check in with the comments and see who we have here. Aura's on. Hey, good morning. Misty, always good to see you. Always good to see you too. I hope you guys are doing super awesome on this Wednesday, having a great week so far. Welcome to the Cup of Joe, where I literally fuel the world with positivity. My brother Harry Jones is on. Harry, I would love for you to be a guest, bro. You see the number. Anybody else who's not seeing me on Twitter or Twitch, who's not seeing me on TikTok, you could text me or email me to get on the show. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off and pull Carla on. Top of the morning.
Good morning.
Hey, hold on. Let me see if I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good
morning. I can't believe I kicked off the show without having these on. I hope everybody was able to hear me. That was a rookie mistake.
We can hear you.
Cool. Carla.
Hey.
Talk to me. How'd you find me on TikTok?
So I'm new to TikTok and I follow you on TikTok. And I was finishing up my yoga and I saw that you were going live. And so, I came in and you said, if you're new, you've never been on my show, type 1 and hug. And I did. And here I am.
Awesome. How long have you been practicing yoga?
I'm a newbie. So I think it's coming up on 2 years. So I'm a Kemetic yogi.
Awesome. You said you're a what yogi?
Kemetic yogi. So I do yoga based on Kemetic ancient Egyptian principles.
Gotcha.
Because all yoga actually came from Egypt. In fact, last summer I went to Kemet and saw all the yoga poses on the panels. So I do give thanks for, the Indian culture, keeping it alive and embellishing it and keeping it growing. But it's African.
I love it. My family's from West Africa. They're from Cameroon.
And, awesome.
I'm a big fan of yoga as well. I don't practice it like I need to, but I need to start getting into it. So you've just inspired me. Hold your thought real quick, Carla. People are just informing me that today's Tuesday, not Wednesday. Yo, when you're quarantined in a house with twins, you start to lose track of your day. So I apologize out there in the Facebook world. Anyways, Carla, this is what I do. I just give people an opportunity to interact with me. And actually, it's selfish for me because I just want to tell you thank you. Like, however you found me and you popped in my life to give me your time and attention means a lot to me. I just want to say thank you. And this is just my way of trying to fuel the world with positivity. So this is what I'm calling a virtual hug.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I'm going to give thanks to you. And the way we do it in Kemetic yoga is we do a posture called dua, and this means give thanks.
I love that. So you just sit Indian style, or is so? What's the basis of that posture? Is it the Indian style and the hands up, or is it just the hands up?
Well, typically you're sitting on your heels, and then you just bring your hands up. And this is African. This is Kemetic, and the posture is called dua, D-U-A, and it means being in gratitude.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I love it. So I came up with an acronym for HUG, which stands for Help Us Grow. And how I'm offering that to you is by you giving us the word of the day. What's your word of the day?
Dua.
Dua. Love it. So expand on dua some more.
So it just means gratitude, to give thanks. And that was the posture, just bringing your hands up. And for me, you can't be two places at once that in our plane. So in terms of quantum physics. So for me, when I can shift myself into gratitude,
Yep.
then I know that, I can for a moment distract myself from anything that could be bringing my vibration lower than what I want to experience. So it gives me a lot of power. And I am just so grateful to be on the planet, even, in all these circumstances. It still gives me an opportunity to be of service, to experience love and meet you, etc. So I give thanks, dua. That's my word of the day.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Well, we have a saying here that's part of the Attain gang that once you hop off of here, if you have a second and you can hop on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, whatever your comfort is, my audience will give you a big squeeze.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Real quick though, I think there's some people out there who we've talked about yoga before on the show, but just for people out there in the world, you got started on your journey with yoga just recently. You said you're a newbie, right?
Right. So I'm 52 and I was a dancer and an athlete. And I tried yoga in my 20s. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And then I had an injury a couple years ago. I would say 2 years ago. And I went to the doctor, went to physical therapy, and the only thing that worked was yoga. And it was interesting because it was really the creator's way of getting me in touch with ancient Egypt, my Kemetic roots. And now it's my daily practice.
How do you spell that word that you gave?
Kemetic?
No, not Kemetic. Your word of the day.
Dua.
Dua.
D-U-A.
DUA. People in the audience are asking, and then we had a comment from Aura that said, "I could never do yoga. It is sensitive for my body. I did that one time and I started to cry."
Oh yeah, it is about emotional release, and that's what I love about Kemetic yoga, because of course, I tried with the yoga at the gym, and it was about postures and it was about working out and losing weight, where Kemetic yoga is about connecting to spirit. So, in ancient Kemet, we didn't have internet and TikTok and TV, so people would really study animals and study nature and look at how they could absorb those characteristics, those skills, those gifts, and personify them. And a lot of times we think of Kemetic religions as they had all these different deities, but actually there was one Ra, one God, the source. But you would have like a god like Setmek or Anpu, who is Anubis, off in Greek. Like he represented the dog. Well, a dog is loyal, smart, strong, a protector. So those are, characteristics that you could bring into yourself. So when you're doing the upward dog, you're thinking about your loyalty, your stance, your protection for your family and for the people you love. And so that's what I love about Kemetic yoga. It fuses the meaning of nature into your body, and it does promote emotional release. You will cry. If you're doing yoga, if you're connecting your mind, body, and spirit, you're going to release. That is good.
That is good. Good. I love that. Can you share your username on TikTok in case people have any questions as far as yoga?
Yeah, I'm brand new on TikTok. I think it's my name, Carla, C-A-R-L-A, Rabb, R-A-B-B, DeRosa, D-E-R-O-S-A.
Carla DeRosa, y'all. Please show her some love. You guys have any questions? She's on TikTok. Are you on Facebook, or is there any other place that people can reach you on? Twitter,
yeah,
Instagram?
I'm on Facebook, Carla DeRosa. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Instagram, I'm the Wellness Rockstar.
Awesome. The Wellness Rockstar, y'all. If y'all have questions, please reach out to her. You seem like an awesome lady. I love that we connected, and I'm doing this every morning. So, I like to open it up this is actually my first day opening up to new guests, new people who are a part of my lives to be part of the show. And then I'll bring everybody else on. So I'm doing this every day, 8 a.m. If you want to continue to come back, I'd love to have you.
Okay, great. This has been awesome. Thank you so much.
Sweet. Dua. All right. Have a good day.
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sweet. Dua, Dua. I gotta start yoga again. You know, when I was in Houston, what, 2015, 16, I was doing a lot of hot yoga, and then I just fell off. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to keep up that practice. So my internet connection is a little rough right now. So I apologize to everybody who's hopping on and leaving comments. I see Joey in the building. Joey, David, Chrissy, Paula. I know she said she was 50. That was insane. It's all about caring for people for sure. Thank you, Paula. Everybody, if you guys want to know what her handle is on TikTok, Paula just left it in the chat in the comments. Follow her, Carla DeRosa, and I think she said Wellness Rockstar on Instagram. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys would do me a huge favor and take a second and just like drop her some love. I love having her on the show. She was a new follower of mine on TikTok, and I just love connecting with like-minded people. So Christina, you did not lose me on TikTok. Or actually, you did lose me on TikTok. I signed off because TikTok does not like me being on this show at the same time as being on TikTok Live. So everybody who was on there, hopefully they start to come over here. I think I hopped off a little bit too early because I sent links to like 8 people and there's only one more person in the queue. So I might need some of you guys to step up and be guests on the show to get some virtual love. Start thinking about that. All right, bring in Jill on. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing awesome.
Everyone.
I love seeing your face.
How are you? It's good to see you.
I get to see you too. I'm dandy like candy, just jamming away with the people.
Right on. I'm glad.
What's on your mind? How can I help? How can I help you in any way?
How can I help? It's hopefully I can help everybody else. But there was earlier on TikTok an issue with choice, and I think that goes with accountability for our behavior toward other people. And we do have a choice. It kind of ruffled my feathers a little bit because there's always an excuse for a lot of people for their behavior. But that behavior is clearly by choice. And it is a true reflection of how they treat another person, of how they feel about themselves. And until people face what they feel about themselves, then I'm a firm believer, the old school, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big believer in that as well.
So, and it takes 30 days to form a habit, whether it's positive or negative, but we do have a choice to change it. And I just wanted to put that out there.
I love it. You always share the most wise, like some really wise words. It's true. And I know I'm becoming a lot more sensitive to people saying that, well, you know what if something big or traumatic happened in my life? I know you and I have had a conversation around this, but anytime this conversation comes up, I want to make sure that people understand that I understand that people go through things and like trauma and big events happen in occur in your life. But I want to let you know that there's communities, there's people, there's things to support you, that help you grow, to rediscover yourself in a new way. And I think that's what people like yourself remind me of, is it's like, you're just a nice, loving lady that loves to put out the positive vibes. And, you know, that's why I'm doing this show right now, is just to be able to, you know, have you guys piggyback off of the positive wave.
It is. And that's all my job is here to do, is we're all, like I have told you before, there is no comparisons in our journeys. We all react and go through different journeys in our lives. We're all students and we're all teachers. And when the student is ready to appear, the teacher will appear with you. Mm-hmm. So for every reaction, there's going to be, it's in the universe. It's through our energy. You can think a thought and have a thought and say, oh my gosh, you know, I can't get through this. And all of a sudden it's going to pop up in your life, some way, shape, or form. And then we can give love. Absolutely. And we can give the hugs and stand behind people. And there is no judgment. Why? It's so sad, you know, and we can't change people that don't want to change for themselves. We can send them with love, away with love, and protect who we are, our spiritual soul. but they'll come back. The universe will bring them right back around to us.
Right.
So that's really all I wanted to say.
I love it. I got chills too, Misty. People are saying they're having trouble finding your ID. What's your username? Where are you the most active on social media, so that when people, because you've been on my show a few times now, and I want to make sure people are getting in touch with you. If you don't mind, what platforms are you the most active on?
I want to say the most active is probably Instagram, and it's Jill.Burress, BURRESS is in Sam .3.
Awesome.
So yeah, mostly Instagram, but I that's really all I want to put out there. We do have a choice in our life. We can change that frame. And then people always say, well, Jill, how do I make that choice? What do I have to do to change this? And how do I do that? This is how I did it. I'm not by any means the guru of changing of minds.
Subscribing your way. Right. Yeah.
You know, although I know that when I have like a trigger issue, I mean, it's a growing, you're constantly growing. If you stop growing, you're stagnant and you can't go forward. Knowledge is power. So this is how I do it. Every time I hit this trigger moment or something really gets to me, I change my frame of thought. I turn on some music. I give myself that reassurance, Jill, you know, you're put here for this. Let's get through it. Let's pick it, you know, kind of stand up, dust your feet off and get it going. That's it. So I give myself a positive thought. And now I'm to the point after 2 years of just coming back from a very difficult time in my life. 15 years of narcissistic abuse and physical abuse. I am now the person I always was, that hid and thought I didn't deserve anything better but what I was going through. And when I started to realize in that relationship, probably at the ending 4 years, the more I stood and the more I wanted to spread my wings, the worse it got. And I really believe the universe takes us out of situations, not for that person, you know, not to, it was removed by the universe. It was removed, whether I was hurt or anything else, it's irrelevant. I was always supposed to be who I am now. And I hid that away from the world. And now my only job is to give back and to love and unconditional with no judgments. And I love people, and it's not going to change me. My situation and my past and my hurt will never change who my soul is right here.
I love that. Thank you so much. You can just tell like you're super genuine with it. And I think Paula or Carla in the audience is saying that she wants to connect with you. Paula is saying she wants to connect, but I'm pretty sure that everybody in here wants to connect with you, Jill. Like, who doesn't want? Everyone needs a Jill.
I want to connect with them.
So you guys,
I'm just grateful. You know, I'm so grateful to you for giving me the opportunity. I think of people, and don't get offended if I send you this random thought process, because I'm one that if you weigh on my mind, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to reach out and say, hey, how's your day? Have a good day. We all need this. We need this. Have an amazing day. It takes 1 minute out of our day to change the life of another person. And why can't we do it?
1 minute. 1 minute to change the life of the person.
One phone call, one peace of mind, one where they might need that. And you got them. And we got them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Are you working on anything, personally or professionally that we could help out with or we could support? Because I don't know if you do. You seem to me like some kind of like spiritual coach, like a spiritual healer. So I'm just curious, what do you do?
I'm actually starting kind of the same way you did, but I am starting. Public speaking is kind of out of the question right now. But I am starting it. I did it years ago, but I really wasn't. It took me these years to grow as a person and change and really soul search who I was. So I blossomed. I got full wings. I'm good.
You're doing amazing. You're rocking it. I love it. Love your energy, Jill. Love connecting with you. Help us grow. What's your word of the day?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Yep. Perseverance.
Was
Y'all,
uh-huh.
um, it's never too, I guess, oh God, actually, I have a few things, but it's never too late. Never. Never in life too late. Don't, to just keep going forward, to keep changing, to keep growing. Vision what you really want and vision what you want to give back to people. And it doesn't matter if they don't like you.
Right.
Oh, well.
It's important.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You can only be hurt by accepting what they're saying. Don't accept it. Persevere.
And that's important because the other day, this is my last thought, and then we'll sign off. But the other day, someone was talking about bullies,
Yes.
and I know that's real, especially in 2020 in this digital age. But going back to what you just said about don't accept it, and if you're having a hard time accepting it, that's where I go back to my original statement of lean on those who see you higher than you see yourself. Right. And I feel like, Jill, you are the person to hang around. If anybody needs some like true love from a genuine person, look, where are you at in the country? Where are you at in the world?
I'm in the world. I'm in Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah. I remember that.
I'm towards the Canadian border. I'm about 3 hours away from Canada.
Awesome. See, so look, she's all the way on the other side of the world or the country. I'm in Indiana, but I can feel her genuine love, and that's what I love about this.
Thank you.
So anyway, Paula, put your handle in here. It's Jill.Burress3.
Yeah, .3.
Dot three.
Jill .B as in Bob, URRESS as in Sam .3.
.3, guys. So .3. Follow her and show her some love. Jill, it's amazing. It's always a pleasure.
For you too, and I'm truly grateful. Thank you. Much love to everybody.
Much
Sandy,
love.
Misty, everybody, new, old, I don't know what it is, but love you. Have an incredible, amazing day.
All right.
Live life to the fullest, my friend.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sweet. Yo, Jill is like good vibes all around. So again, show her some love. Look, the benefit, I think, in my opinion, is that the benefit of you guys being part of this show is that there's some awesome people who are hanging out in this community. I don't even know where the comment section is, wherever it is on your phone. Network with those people. Just like Jill said, it takes 1 minute. Honestly, it takes 1 second to say hello, to somebody, and you don't know, that person could turn into a friend, long-term friend. Or just by you saying hello or hi or whatever, saying something kind can change their day, can change their mood. And so, while I hope you guys are enjoying this handsome fella right here behind the lens, I hope you guys are also engaging with everybody else out there. All right, we have Sam. Good morning. Top of the morning. We have Jarena. I'm getting ready to pull her on. Guys, you guys want to be part of the show? My phone number is right here. Text me at 281-901-0141, or if you prefer email, my email is right there. I'll send you a link and I'll pull you on the show for a virtual hug. I'm welcoming everybody. So, Sam, big shout out to you. Hey.
Good morning.
Top of the morning. I heard you say, ooh, did I catch you off guard?
No, just seeing myself on camera. This is the first for me. So
this is your first what? Like live ever?
Yes. Yes.
That makes me so happy. You have a great smile.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your name? And actually your name is Jarena, but like what's your username? How'd you find me on TikTok, and where can people find you?
My username is my name, Jarena Walker. On TikTok, I'm kind of new to TikTok. You know, this whole quarantine kind of added a lot of people to TikTok. And having, watching my daughter do TikToks here in my living room and my son upstairs. I was like, let me just go ahead and join on, just see, entertainment, see what's going on. I don't have a lot of content. It's a lot more of like, duets, like reactions to other things. But you came up on my For You page.
Awesome.
So it was, I don't quite remember the message at the time, but it was something that I felt. So I added you. So I followed you. And your live popped up this morning when I
Yeah.
got when I got on in my notifications. So
Awesome.
um,
Did you think it was kind of weird when I was like, hey, text me or email me? What was your original thought? I want to know.
I didn't know what to expect. I sat there for a minute and I looked. I was like, okay, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? But it's all about being positive. It's all about, I'm more of an introvert. So sorry, my camera's moving.
You're good.
This is kind of outside of my comfort zone. But I feel I need to kind of branch out, just open myself up a little bit more to the world.
Yeah.
Listening to Carla, listening to Jill, I felt Jill's testimony and your post.
Snap! That's scary. I was like, what is happening?
Okay. I felt Jill's, and I'm gonna call it a testimony.
Yeah.
Because I've dealt with the narcissistic personalities. I've dealt with, being in those relationships where you lose yourself. And it's taken me a while. I'm still a work in progress to kind of find myself. So, my 6-year-old is over here in the corner.
What up, homie?
Say hi. Hi.
Hey, what's going on? You look comfortable over there, man, in those blankets.
I've had to do a lot of self-evaluation, self-reflection, which, by the way, that's my word for today.
I love it.
To find out who I was and who I was in terms to the other world. I have a strong foundation, but I lost myself along the way. Dealing with various people, and not just really in like personal relationships, but like at work, church, just in general. We always want to, what's the word I'm looking for? We always want to be included, but sometimes it's best not to be.
Damn, say that again for the people in the back.
We always want to be included, but sometimes it's best not to be. Whatever your belief in is, in as far as God, higher power, we all have a journey, and not everybody can take that journey with you. You may want your friends to come along. You may want, your spouse, your partner, whoever to come along, but that might not be a journey for them. It's a journey for you. And I'm a true believer that the experiences that we have, no matter how tough, bad, hurtful they are to help us to grow, but for us to help other people. I've dealt with a lot in my 45 years. But I can say in what I've dealt with, I've been able to use those same experiences to help others either remove themselves from a similar experience or to prevent them from getting into one.
Absolutely.
So, coming on here was, I don't know, it just felt right.
I'm glad.
It's not something I normally do, but it was something I felt I needed to do.
I'm glad. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good that you were able to trust the process, whatever I was throwing at you, and you took it on as a challenge, and now you're here dropping some fire, dropping some knowledge. People love it. People love it. I'm reading the comments right now as you're talking, and people are saying, "Ooh, wee, that's deep." I should actually be putting some of these comments up here so people can see it. People are saying that's right. So anyway, yeah, like this is what it's about, and I think it's always going to be an ongoing process. Like, me coming on video, I've been doing this for what, 4 weeks now, 5 weeks. I don't know how long I've been doing this, but I don't want people to be confused. Like, I have my moments as well, and sometimes I'm coming on here and getting encouragement from you, and I'm just trying to put myself out there and say that if we can start our days off in a place where we realize that being happy is a choice, and it
Yes.
doesn't, we don't necessarily need anything. Little man wants to say something. He wants to chime in. He has a deep thought. We don't need anything outside of just that choice to like be happy and make that decision. I feel like that just helps us get through our days and get through whatever we're dealing with at the time. And so your words have definitely like resonated with me deep. And I just want to tell you that I know you said you're new to this and this is your first time and you're trying to throw yourself out there, but you already have the tools. You have the tools, the knowledge, the experience. I just want to encourage you to keep putting that message out there because, like I said, it resonated with me and I felt that. And I'm pretty sure it resonated with everybody out here. You're getting some love.
Thank you.
Let me see. Anita says, thank you for coming out of your comfort zone.
Thank you. Trust me, my heart was pounding.
Well, hopefully you feel better. This is
Yes,
all
I
it's
do.
about. If you have a second, feel free to jump into YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, wherever you are at in the platforms, and get a big virtual squeeze from the people in the audience.
Okay, will do.
One more time. What's your word of the day?
Oh,
It was-
I actually had two.
Okay,
Self-reflection and self-evaluation.
Self-reflection and self-evaluation. Yep. I think you did a good job of clarifying that. So I appreciate you. This is your virtual
Thank you.
hug. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a great Tuesday.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, little man.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool, y'all. So for those of you guys who are still hanging in there, that's awesome. We got some beautiful faces up in the building. Real talk. I am on a mission to literally like turn handshakes into hugs. And so one of those ways that I believe in doing that is by I'm going to steal this term from my boy GB. He says scaling the unscalable. So I'm always trying to find ways to interact with you guys. I usually put my Twitter on here. If you're on Twitter, tweet me what was your biggest takeaway so far. It's 10:40, guys. I'll probably leave the live on to see if we have any takers for anybody who wants to. Oh, Sam, someone email me. Hold on. We got some people. Anyway, guys, let's connect. I'm everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Now I'm on Twitch. Let's connect. I want to hear what your biggest takeaway was, and I want to start to learn more about you. So even if we don't get to interact on the show, you can send me a message, you can send me a tweet, you could DM me, whatever you need to do. You can email me, and just let me know like more about you. I want to learn, and I want to start to engage with you guys one-on-one. So while you guys are doing that, sending me tweets and DMs and all that jazz, let me check my email because some people are reaching out to me. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Sorry if that was rough. I promise I'm next to it, guys. Positive vibes, virtual hugs. Hope you're doing great. So smooth. Hold on, guys. Let's do it. We got Germany and we got the Middle East. We have a guy who is in the military, Sam. So I'm sending a link to that person who's from the overseas. And then Sam, sending you a link. Cool. So these are going to be my two. Hopefully they join. Oh, now he checks his email. I saw your email too, by the way, Chrissy. I did get your email. I'm going to read it though. I haven't given it a chance yet. Anyway, Matthew says, Joe, you're a big inspiration. I appreciate you, Matthew. That's a nice comment. It's always flattering to see the comments in here. Yo, what's good, Joe? What's up, Jera? Jera, oh my gosh. Jera, sorry. I'm terrible. I'm a bad friend. I know that you sent me a message. I need to respond to you. I have not forgotten about you. Every time I see your name, I'm like, I need to send this message. My promise to you, I'm saying it publicly, is after I get off this live, I'm going to find you and I'm going to message you so we can get connected. Jera does bracelets, guys. Jera Young. She's an awesome human, but she also does she's real creative. She does bracelets, and we found each other on TikTok. She saw that I love bracelets, and she offered to make me one. So Jera, I will be getting in touch with you. Definitely. I would love to uh, connect, but I have work calls. Okay, Sam, just wanted to give you an opportunity. I didn't know if you wanted to hop on or not, but I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this show. And you know where I will be. I'll be right here tomorrow as well. So kind of you. Anytime. All right, guys, I'm gonna give one more person a chance to hop on. Give them about 3 minutes. This is literally the end of the show, and this is what I'm doing. Big announcement, though, guys. I'm getting ready to post a video on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, I'm at Joe Tang. That is going to promote my Fridays. So when I first started TikTok, one of the things I used to do was For You Fridays, and it was my efforts to try to support TikTok creators only because I understand social media, guys. This is not an accident. What's happening right now? I know my audience is growing. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And so I have been trying to figure out ways that I can support other creators to grow. I haven't done that in a while. It's been a few months that I've done For You Fridays, but I'm going to bring it back right here on the Cup of Joe because I feel like it'll be cool for you guys to get to hear some stories of people who are trying to use their TikTok influence to grow their personal brand and to build their audience. And I'm going to start bringing that back on Fridays. It's going to be called For You Fridays, where I invite TikTokers to come on and share what they're up to with their personal brand. And what's going to be cool is that I'm going to invite larger TikTok accounts to help support me in helping them grow. So if you know anyone who's on TikTok who's trying to build their personal brand, or you're trying to build your personal brand yourself, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or any of the social media platforms, please take advantage of my Fridays, my For You Fridays. That's going to be a huge opportunity for you to get a lot of education and like support on growing your brand. So just wanted to throw that out there. Just wanted to say that the ability to reach and take the step forward, and you never know, affect people, just make people you love. Yeah, Jared, I'm gonna put that comment on the screen because that's true. Yo, Grayson Clark's in the building. What's up? What's up, homie? Long time no see. I always think about you, man. This is my new show that I'm doing called The Cup of Joe, episode number 38. Cheers to everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. By the way, I thought this was an owl for the longest time, and I just realized that it was a leopard or something someone said it was like a panther leopard. Obviously, you can see it if you're in the screen, but I used to hold. Long story short, I used to think that was an owl. Anyways, just wanted to send my love out to you guys today. I hope you guys are getting a lot of value from these shows, these episodes, and the value that I'm hoping that you're getting is that when you have the right support, when you're around the right people, when you're around the right energy, it's easier to make decisions that are in favor of you in your future. And that's literally all that I hope I'm providing you in these conversations. So, Chrissy, what are you saying? Chrissy, I want to bring you on the show. You've been a huge part of this community, and I want to be able to show you love and bring you on the show. Are you working or can you talk? Are you working or can you talk? I love this. I'm signing up now. Paula, are you signing up for You Fridays? Please tell me you're signing up for You Fridays. Please. Twitter, if you're out there, Twitter, everybody in the Twitter world, yo, hit me up what your takeaway was from today. If you're just hopping on, sorry, you missed some amazing conversations. Please refer to the playback and see some of those convos. I was supposed to have a couple of more guests that were supposed to pop on, but they're not here yet. And I figured I would just jam with you guys for a little bit before I hopped off. I have a lot of work to do anyways. I have a meeting coming up in a little bit. And I should have never looked at my phone because that's going to distract me. Anyway, let me know in the comment section, what's your word of the day? Help us grow. Help us grow. If you think about the first letters of the first initial of HUG, HUG, stands for help us grow. And I do that by asking you guys what your word of the day is. So please share in the comments what your word of the day is, and also share why. Why did you choose that word? And I'll start to feature you guys on the screen. And then after that, I'm going to bounce because your brother got to go. sent you a text. Okay, cool. Let me check. All right, cool. So we're gonna bring people. We're gonna bring some people on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna bring two more people on. They stepped up, and they're gonna get a virtual hug from me. And so, anybody who's new, who's hopping on, check it out. This is what a virtual hug is. We're gonna have some people popping in here. I'm gonna jam with them for about 60 to 120 seconds, show them some love, and that way you guys can get an example of what's been going on. Guys, this is episode number 38. Go back and kind of just check out and see what I've been talking about. Oh yes, it's Aura. I love it.
Hello.
Hey, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you stepped up. Hey, what's going on? What's your name?
I'm Gabe.
Gabe?
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you, Gabe. Nice to meet you, Gabe.
So Gabriel is your new member, and he's been listening, to your shows through the mornings while I was, doing things. And he really wanted to hop on today and tell you his word of the day.
Yes, let's go. Let's go, Gabe. What's your word of the day?
Okay, my word of the day is to keep the balance.
Ooh, let's
So-
go. Gabe, wait, hold on, Gabe, real quick. How old are you?
I'm 11.
11 years old, dropping some wisdom out here, guys. Come on, drop some hearts in the comments for Gabe. All right, Gabe, keep going.
Okay, so life is basically a big balancing act, and what you have to do is keep the balance. One side is resting and having fun, and then the other side is working. So you don't overwork yourself, but then you don't procrastinate. So you have to keep it there, because if you lean more to one side than the other, what's gonna happen is it's just gonna fall over.
I love that. How'd you get so wise, man? Because you have an amazing mama.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's cool. You guys heard it from the 11-year-old dropping some wisdom. You guys keep coming back. Thank you for being a new member to the Tang Gang, buddy.
All right. Enjoy
All right.
the day.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
That literally made my day, y'all. That made my day. That made my day. I can't wait to have Jude and Jocelyn come in here dropping some gems for you guys. Gabe was awesome. Gabe was awesome. All right, bringing on.
Good morning, Joe.
Hey, what's up, Paula?
Oh my gosh.
Morning.
So good
Yeah,
to
wasn't that
see
awesome?
you. That was so awesome. Oh my gosh. I mean, oh Lord, have mercy. I've been fighting a migraine for the last 2 days. So y'all, I have missed you. You cannot imagine how much I've missed you. I hope that everybody's been doing wonderful. And I just love y'all so much. And it's just been great. But I was cracking up because here's Gabe at this young age who's dropping wisdom. And I'm like, thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Because, that's what we need. And I just, there's been so many things that I was listening to this morning, these little nuggets that I've been listening to.
Yeah, what's your biggest takeaways?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was, God, Joe, I'm going to give you a brief little resume here. I worked in banking for a long time, and I became a computer-based training programmer and technical writer and technical trainer. And then I had my son, and then God told me, quit your job, stay at home. And I went, excuse me? I don't think so. And then I did. I quit my job and stayed at home.
Wow.
And then God said, you're going to become an interpreter for the deaf and hard of hearing. And I went, excuse me? What? No. And then, of course, I did. And then I went to school and was working in the school district for about 12 years as an interpreter for the deaf and hard of hearing. And I had this little boy in first grade who raised his hand every time. Raise his hand, raise his hand, raise his hand, raise his hand. And I'll move this back just so you can see. He'd raise his hand and he'd be like, question, 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 and the teacher would ignore him. And I got mad. I got really, really mad. And the reason I got mad was because children are supposed to have equal access to education. That's why I was there. And she ignored him. And I came home after 2 days of this child being ignored. after I had complained to my boss and everything else. I came home and I looked at my husband. I walked in the door. Now imagine being married to this, okay? Just for a minute, okay? I would just, because you just have to understand where I'm coming from, okay?
Right, right,
But
right.
imagine your significant other, the love of your life, walking in the door and announcing, I'm becoming a teacher. Done. And my husband looks at me and he's like, you don't have a teaching certificate. And I went, no, I don't. You're right. And he's like, okay, you're going to be a teacher. Can you explain to me why? And I said, yes, because I can be a better teacher than that woman in that classroom who's ignoring that child who deserves an education. This is wrong. It is wrong. So I then proceeded to get my teaching certificate and became a teacher and taught for almost 5 years. And now I'm not teaching just because we've moved and there's just been crazy things going on. But needless to say, I became a teacher, loved every minute of it. But one of the things that I teach children from the moment they walk in my room is that we're a community. And Joe, you, your children, your significant other, your mother, the person walking down your street right now is a role model, whether they want to be or not.
Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with that. Yeah.
So one of the things that I tell the kids is they're like, I'm not a role model. And I said, okay, let me explain something to you. My son was 6 years old playing in our front yard, having a great time. He was building a little fort out of mud and he was just getting all dirty like little boys do. And it was beautiful. And all of a sudden I hear the front door slam. I'm taking a little nap. I hear a front door slam. I hear my husband coming in yelling. I hear my son crying. I throw back the covers. It's like one of those blood curdling screams that you hear. And I'm like, what is going on? And my husband is livid. He's seeing red. And he's like, somebody just shot our son. And I went, excuse me? Like what? And I'm looking at my son, and my son had gotten shot with a BB gun. Thank God it was a BB gun, but still,
Man,
it,
that's
you know,
crazy.
it's,
Yeah,
it was
my
really,
heart dropped right there when you said that.
Okay. It was bad. It was, I mean,
Yeah.
I started shaking everything. I look at my son, and then my husband, as I'm comforting my son and realizing that, you know, he's not punctured. He's not, you know, he's not bleeding. He's okay. He's just going to have a bruise. My husband is putting on his running shoes and he is heading out the door because he is ready to go get someone. Okay. Now my husband's ex-military, so you can just imagine that in its little scenario.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On a mission at that point.
He is on a mission. That's exactly right. And needless to say, he finally comes back home and he says, the parents are coming. And I looked at him and I'm like, okay, I need to know what happened. And he said 3 boys in our neighborhood that are about 13, 14 years old decided to take their air rifles out and they decided to go hunting and decided to shoot my son who was playing in the front yard. So I was like, this is not okay, right? So here, all of a sudden, here comes this group of people. There's 9 people, 3 children, 2 parents to each child coming to our home. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well if we do not find the right words. And I just remember reaching over and touching my husband. And I said, please don't say a word.
Right.
Let me do the talking, please. And he just looked at me and he's like, if they say one wrong thing. And I went, I understand. I will give you full permission at that point, but you know, just please.
Just trust me. Trust me
just
here.
Trust me on this. And I sent up a silent prayer and I'm just like, Lord Jesus, you know, please help me with this because I so badly want this to go well. So the family comes up and they're like, you could tell that every single one of these parents was just devastated that their child had done this. They were just devastated. The boys are standing there. They've got their hats literally in their hands, okay, because they were wearing baseball caps. And they're now standing there with their hats in their hands, hanging their heads. They have looked like they are whooped to no end. And I can only imagine what they're now feeling. You know, it's like, you know, one of these situations. And the boys looked at me and they were like, you know, we're really sorry. And I said, stop right there. And I said, I'm going to explain something really quickly to you. And I said, here's the thing. You are a role model, whether you want to be or not. And I said, you see that little boy over there playing in the mud right now? And they go, yeah. And I said, that little boy looks up to you every day when you walk by here coming home from school. And every day he thinks you're cool. And every day he notices how you wear your hat. And every day he changes the way he wears his hat because he thinks you're cool. And then you decided, because for whatever reason, you decided that it would be fun to shoot him. Now, you say you're sorry, but that act was not a sorry. A sorry is something you do by accident. Like I'm in line and I back up and I step on someone's foot because I didn't realize they were behind me. That's sorry because I didn't intentionally go out of my way to hurt them. You went out of your way to intentionally hurt another human being. And whether you like it or not, people watch you. That little boy watches you. Whether you want to be a role model or not, they watch you. So what kind of example do you want to put in the world? What example do you want him to follow? And they just looked at me. That's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
goosebumps.
That's right. And I said, is that the example you want him to follow, to go out and hurt someone else? And they were like, no, ma'am. And the parents just stood there and they were like, oh my God. And I said, bottom line, I said, you are not sorry. You need to ask that little boy for forgiveness. And I said, and here's the thing. You need to remember, every day when you get up, whether it's in your own home and you have little brothers, little sisters, little cousins, friends in the neighborhood, somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you. So what do you want to put out there? What do you want to have out there? And I'm going to tell you right now, that story, I mean, it's a true story. And I will tell you right now, those 3 boys, the parents were like, these boys will be working at your house for the next 3 months. They are grounded. I mean, they fixed my fence. They cleaned.
You're like the best speech I've ever given in my life.
I was just like, okay, but I will tell you right now, those boys, they tried really hard and they looked at my son, and I'll never forget this. This is what I find so wonderful about children, is that they looked at my son and they knelt down to his level and they said, will you forgive us for what we did? And my son looked at him and he said, yeah, I'll forgive you. He's like, but I'm not going to forget what you did because that was wrong. And he's like, and I'm not sure if I like you. And I'm like going, ooh, like that is some wisdom dropping up from a 6-year-old. Okay. A 6-year-old child is schooling, these people, and the parents are standing there and some of them started crying because they were just like, oh my gosh, these boys worked that whole summer. And I'm going to tell you right now, by the end of the summer, they had earned back their respect, and they had decided. And one of the young men had told me, because we saw him about 4 years later, and he said, you know what, I've got to tell you, ever since you told me I was a role model, I think about everything I do, how I speak, what I speak, who I speak to, how I interact, the clothes that I wear. Is this something I want someone else to be wearing? How I speak to ladies, women. How do I speak to elders? How do I speak to young kids? I mean, and this young man told me that. And I literally, after he left, I just sat and started weeping because I was like, who would have thought that conversation would lead to that? But then I realized as a teacher, that's what I was trying to teach my kids in my classroom. And it's so funny because I teach them, I don't care who's dropped the trash on the floor. It's our school. We're going to take pride in it. Pick it up. And the kids are like, but I didn't. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Pick it up. And sure enough, as the year kind of goes on, the principal will come in and say, I need to give an award to such and such because I saw them in the hall and they didn't know I was watching, but I saw them pick up trash. And I know that they didn't put that trash there, but they picked it up and threw it away before I could pick it up and throw it away. And I want you to know I appreciate you for caring for our community. And the kids kind of get pride in that because they realize, wait a minute, community is not just this classroom. It's not just my home. It's the world and where I live, and I need to take care of it. And so this morning I was listening to, your people speak, and I was listening to how we were talking about being role models. So my word, I guess, of the day is role model. What is it you want to put out there? And are you consciously putting it out there in a way that you want to be modeled? Because the greatest form of flattery is someone mimicking you.
Mm.
And so, you know, and I crack up because, you know, again, in the classroom, I was watching one of the little girls, and I wear, most of my hair, as you can see, is long, but I normally wear it up because I get hot during the day. So I'll
Right.
pull it up and I'll put it in a bun real quick, or, you know, whatever, and continue. And I noticed that every time I changed my hair, I had a little girl in my classroom changing her hair. And I was like, okay. And I didn't realize it at first until I actually was conscious of what I was doing. And then I realized she was mimicking me. And I was like, and some of the other kids started to tease her about her changing her hair. And I said, I love that she wants to change her hair. I think it's courageous. I think it's awesome. And all of a sudden, then, you know, you've got, oh, that's my dog. Sorry.
Love it. Beautiful dog.
That's
Beautiful
Sunday.
dog.
He was dumped on the side of the road, and he's now mine. And isn't he beautiful?
Yeah, he's beautiful.
He is
You say his name's Sunday?
Sunday, as an
That's
ice cream
awesome.
sundae. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Because to me, he looks like vanilla with
Yeah,
chocolate
for
sauce
sure.
all over it. And I'm like trying to, because he's like right in my lap. See,
love that.
he's a joy. He's such a joy. It's such a joy. But yeah, we found him, and he is healthy and happy. He's now 30 pounds. We found him at 4.
Wow.
4.6 pounds, and he's now 30 pounds, and he's just happy as can be. And look at that precious face. Who could throw that away?
I know, that's
Who
awesome.
could throw that away? So yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today was role model. And you know, I want people to think about that, because especially if you have children. So Gabe, I know you're listening. I know you're listening, baby.
Gabe is out there.
Gabe is out there. And Aurora, thank you for you know, raising such a wonderful, conscientious young man. But Gabe, think about that. You're 11 years old and you think you're a child. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have a lot more power than you think. Other children watch you. They look up to you. Even older ones look at you. So what statement do you want to put out there? Do you want to be a role model that changes the world for the positive, or do you want to be the person that changes the world for the negative? That's my challenge for our world today.
I love it. Thank you so much.
So-
There's a billion things going on in my mind. I want to start off with this. Number one, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like, I love having you. You have so much to offer and so much to share. And
thank you so much for letting me come.
It means a lot. It means a lot to me. Secondly, I'm guessing you're feeling better from your migraines. You said you were suffering from migraines a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, much better. My son, God love him, he let me sleep in this morning, so I didn't have to get up and feed the pup. And he's chewing on my hand right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Feed the pup and feed the cat and feed, you know. But he took care of that, so I could sleep in, and I'm so grateful, you know.
That's awesome.
Because but I'm doing a lot better today, and this really helped too, because of course it gives you that positive energy.
Right.
So you know how that goes. But yeah.
Is there potential for these conversations to increase your endorphins? Like you're working out?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
So.
I should do something with like endorphins in this show. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It makes you happy. I mean, and it's so funny, you know, my husband, I told you he's a trucker, and he got to come home and see you and see the conversations. And he was just like, God, that just makes you feel good, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah. It does.
Awesome.
It makes you feel good. And I think that's what we all need, because it's so easy to be negative. And I just remember, you know, as a young child, my dad would say, if you don't like the way you're living, you don't like what you're doing, then change it. And I remember thinking, as, you know, a young child, I mean, this is like 8, 9, 10 years old. I can't change my world. I can't change who my parents are. I can't change where I live. I can't change. What do you mean? You know? And now that I'm older, I realize what he's saying. You know, it's like, you got to change the way you think, you know? So, yeah, it's definitely a good thing, you know, and I'm glad that I found you, you know, on that For You page. You know,
likewise. Chrissy's saying, "Oh Lord, his PhD is reeling in." It is, Chrissy, but I have it under control, because there's a few things I want to ask you. So are you familiar with the lady Brene Brown?
No, I'm not.
Please, everybody in here, go check her out. She has a talk.
Brown. Okay.
Brene, number one, you sound just like her. You remind me of her a lot. How you communicate. Number two, you love her message, by the way. Let me make sure I know what video it is. It's Brene Brown.
Yeah, type it into the comments on the
I will, for sure.
If you will, please.
For sure. It's called, she has 2 talks. So one of them's called, I'll put them in the comments. One of them's called The Power of Vulnerability. Let me pull it up for you guys and put it in the comments. And as I'm searching for this, I just want to let you know, Paula, that I'm so glad that you chose to follow that inspiration to become a teacher, because it's your thing. Like, it's what you're meant to, it's what you're meant to do. And with that story you just shared, it's just apparent that, I mean, you just know how to impact in that way. And those words that you gave those kids,
Oh,
whoa.
I'm going to tell you right now, those kids, believe it or not, I have a girl, because I told you I was interpreter for the deaf and hard of hearing. And there was a young girl that I was tutoring. She was in 5th grade. And I remember her telling me that she would just cry. She would just cry, cry, cry. And she'd say, I hate the fact that I'm so dumb. And I would look at her and I would tell her, no, I don't want to ever hear you say that, because no one is dumb.
Right.
We're just not there yet. And there's always going to be something that you're great at. And there's always going to be something that you're going to struggle with. And I want you to listen to that. I said struggle with. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you, sorry, the pup again, that, you are struggling and you haven't learned as much as you need to. And she was like, yeah, but when am I ever going to get past this? When am I ever going to get past this? I don't like this tutoring. I hate this tutoring. I hate it. I hate it. I just feel really dumb, And I just looked at her and I said, I promise you this, if you work hard and you stay focused, one day you won't have to go to tutoring. And she was like, okay, so anyway, she graduated and she was doing better. And then she went on to, middle school. And I happened to be at an awards banquet or something. I had been nominated for God knows what. But anyway, I had
for being amazing.
I guess, which was kind of an embarrassing thing, because I just was like, I'm doing my job. What are you talking about? I didn't think it was anything special, but apparently it was. It's like, okay. Because apparently not everybody thinks like me. Go figure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
True that.
So I went, and her mom actually was there, and she was there supporting her mom. So her mom saw me and she said, oh my God, she's got to come and talk to you. And so I was like, okay. So she comes to talk to me and she says, hey, do you remember when you told me that I didn't have to go to tutoring? One day I would not have to do tutoring. And I said, yeah. And she said, guess what? And I said, I don't know what. And she goes, I'm in honors math now.
That's a feel-good moment.
And I just looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? She's like, yes. And she goes, it's because you told me that if I worked hard, I could do it. And she's like, I believed you. And she's like, because you believed in me. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then she graduated and now she's a deaf ed teacher. And when she graduated, she sent me the most beautiful letter that I've ever received about how certain people in her life had built her up and told her that she could be more than what she had been told that she could be by other people who were in her life, not her parents, but other people in her life who were like, oh, you're deaf. You're never going to, nothing. And that's, it's horrible, because deaf doesn't mean you can't do anything. It just means you do it differently. And that's kind of the way I look at the world, but anyway, but it was just very inspirational to realize that, hey, what I do as a human being and what I do as a teacher, it matters. And what I say matters. And so I have to be very, very cautious in the words that I choose to use, no matter how frustrated I get. And trust me, there are some moments that those little ones will like, oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. They're a mess. They're a mess,
for sure. For sure.
But, you just have to, kind of remember that. And that's why I focused on that role model piece, because no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you're a role model.
I love that.
It doesn't matter.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No, you're the best. You're the best. I so appreciate you. And I appreciate this family group here. I have made so many more positive connections that have just lifted me up. And it's just been incredible. So thank you for this platform. And thank you for everyone out there listening. I'm sure you'll probably get tired of hearing these crazy stories. But
no,
hey.
I mean, this is why I do it. The day I do get tired is the day I'll stop. But no, I love it. It inspires me. It gives me fuel for my day. So thank you right back to you, Paula. And thank you for being you.
Hey, thank you. And I will talk with you later. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Oh. So someone said they lost me on Facebook. Not sure what happened. Unfortunately, though, or fortunately, for those who are still tuning in, it's 11:13. I'm gonna hop off. Thanks so much for your time and your attention, guys. I'm gonna say it. You're gonna get tired of me saying it. I'm not gonna take this for granted. You guys, there was up to 20 something people up in here. There's 17 people right now. Spending time with me every morning means the world to me. And like I said, I just want to continue to bring as much value, as much positive energy as I can. And it takes a community, like the voices, the people you're hearing, the stories you're hearing. Hopefully you're taking away nuggets, or you're seeing that, hey, you're not alone. Everybody in here are Chrissy said we're fighting. Everybody in here are everyone in here, I feel like we're in the same gang. So Attain gang, it's been real. Guys, do me a favor. A big favor you could do for me is either DM me or tweet me or send me a message on TikTok. Connect with me. Let me know what your biggest takeaways were, and let me know what you're up to. I want to literally turn these internet interactions into, big time personal friendships. So, all right, choose happiness, guys. Just keep fighting, choose happiness, regardless of how hard it is. And remember that it is a decision. That was a terrible sign off, but you guys get the gist. All right, I'm out. Much love.